Hello everyone and welcome back to the Steam Channel Gaming News. Today is the 18th November 2017 and my name is Kralizec. I will be your host for tonight and let's get straight to it. We got essentially 4 pieces of news today, though 2 of them can be sort of bundled together. But we will start with a horror game called Soma, which is coming to the Xbox One, being presented with a save mode. So the save mode is essentially what is right now called on the PC as an exclusive wuss mode. You hear correctly, it's called a wuss mode for those who are too much of a wuss to actually play the horror part of the game. I'm not sure what to think of this. On one hand, I really want to laugh because why the heck would you buy a horror game if you don't want to be scared? On the other hand, I can sort of understand this. It's like if you remember LGR from World of Warcraft, for those who want to see the story behind a raid but don't want to actually spend time raiding. I was actually one of those people because, well, I just didn't have the time to raid, but I love the story of World of Warcraft. On the other hand, these days it's very different, especially when it comes to single player games. It's very easy to find full playthroughs of these games just to experience them without that fear of you actually playing them and making such decisions. So Soma was originally released in 2015. Many said it's a great game, especially when it comes to its great science fiction narrative with questions like what does it mean to be human. But some people often said that, yes, the story is great, but the fact that it's a horror game actually takes away from this experience. And on one hand, as I said, I can understand this. People who just want to really experience the story of the game, they might feel sort of intimidated by this. On the other hand, this is the way the game was meant to be played. Only thing that's really making me say, okay, I understand what is going to happen, is the fact that this is already on the PC words. But I like the fact that on PC it's called the wuss mode, because it literally tells you, yeah, you're too big of a wuss to actually play the game. I don't like the fact that it's called a save mode on the PlayStation and the Xbox One, because that implies a very different thing. That implies, yes, this is the way we want the game to be played as well, while the wuss mode just makes you immediately feel like this isn't the way the game is supposed to be played. Otherwise, there really isn't that much to be said. There aren't that many details released. All we can know is that it should be coming out on the December 1st, this save mode. So if you wanted to play this game but you were too scared, be honest, just you were a coward, then December 1st is the date you should look for, and you will get a chance to do that. Second piece of news for today is a new Path of Exile expansion coming both to the PC and Xbox One. So this free-to-play great game, sort of Diablo but actually much better, is coming out with a new expansion called, what's it called? I can't see it right now. Called War for the Atlas. And this time it should focus on endgame experience for people who played the game for a long time. So right now we know there is a story where you're going to fight against the forces of one of the elders, who is called the Shaper. 32 new randomized maps for the endgame, new endgame equipment, shaped items and elder items, 50 new completely unique items, and an Abyss Challenge League, an area to battle a new class of a foe that appears while playing through the game. This will reward you with so-called Abyss Jewels. What we also know is that these jewels should present a completely new way to spec your character, as they should completely change the way each of the traits work. We also know that War for the Atlas is coming to Xbox One and PC on December 8th. And As is everything else in Path of Exile when it comes to content, it is free to play. It will also include a German, French, and Spanish translation to the game. We also got some stats on Path of Exile for last year. So we now know that there was a 58% increase in hours played from 2017 to 2016. The average Path of Exile length of a play session was 5 hours long. That is seriously impressive. 5 hours, that is impressive. Though I do wonder if this just counts since you started games till you quit the game, because there will be a lot of time where you're just not really doing anything, just having the game loaded in the background loaded. And we also know that 3.5 million players played the latest expansion, Fall of the Uriath. So if you're looking for a Diablo-esque game and by some chance you still haven't heard of Path of Exile, then be sure to pick it up, as there is a new expansion coming and you still have a decent amount of time to actually level to endgame, though you will probably have to spend at least those 5 hours a day in game to actually get there. But otherwise, Path of Exile, great game, free game, go get it right now. And now we come to the last part of news today, which is actually the games that are being released for free with Xbox Gold and PlayStation Plus for November of 2017. So for PlayStation, we got a few more games. So for the PS4, we got Bound, Dungeon Punks, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, and Worms Armageddon. Dungeon Punks are also available for Vita. For the PlayStation 3, we got R-Type Dimensions, Ragdoll Kung Fu Fists of Plastic. And for the Vita, we are getting Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse, Episodes 1 and 2, and as I already mentioned, Dungeon Punks. From these games, I would actually probably take biggest look at Worms Battlegrounds and Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. Just depending on where you play. I don't think there's anything that great for the PS3 right now, though Worms are always great, and Broken Sword is a great adventure game if you're looking for that sort of thing on your Vita. And then we have the games that are released for the Xbox. So for the Xbox One, we got Tales from the Borderlands. If you're a fan of the Borderlands series, this gives you a bit more chance to dwell into the story. And Trackmania Turbo, if you're looking for some seriously arcadey racing with great graphics, great physics, and a lot of players, you can get that right now for free. And for the Xbox 360, we have Deadfall Adventures. Again, depending on what you like, I would focus probably on Tales from the Borderlands and Trackmania Turbo. I personally would go for Trackmania Turbo, as I used to love Trackmania, the original. Back in the day, actually, I played that semi-professionally, had a few dozen world records, actually. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, as that really helps us in getting more traction. If you're watching this on Steam, be sure to give us an upvote and follow our blog. And that's going to be it for today. So, see you guys later with more gaming content.